Welcome to the incredible story of how a group of lions came to the rescue of a little girl who had been kidnapped. This story is set in the vast African savanna, where danger lurks around every corner. But it's also a place where courage and kindness can prevail, as we will see in the story of Amina and the lions. Join us as we explore this remarkable tale that has captured the hearts of people from all over the world. Amina was a young girl who lived in a small village in the African savanna. One day, while she was playing near her village, a group of kidnappers abducted her and took her deep into the wilderness. Amina was terrified and alone, with no idea how to escape or how she would ever be able to make it back home. She cried out for help, but no one came. It seemed as though she was destined to spend the rest of her life in captivity. As Amina lay there, hopeless and alone, she suddenly heard a sound that sent chills down her spine. It was a roar, a deep and powerful roar, unlike anything she had ever heard before. At first, she was terrified, thinking that it was a wild animal that had come to finish her off. But then, she realized that the roar was coming from a group of lions that had stumbled upon her location. To her amazement, the lions didn't attack her. Instead, they surrounded her protectively, growling and snarling at anyone who tried to come close. The kidnappers, who had been watching from a distance, were terrified of the lions and fled the scene, leaving Amina behind. The lions stayed with Amina for the entire night, guarding her and keeping her warm. In the morning, they even led her back to her village, where she was reunited with her family. It was an incredible sight to see a group of wild animals protecting a little girl, but that's exactly what happened thanks to the lions' bravery and kindness. Amina's family was overjoyed to have her back, but they were also deeply concerned about her well-being. After all, she had been through a traumatic experience, and they didn't know how to help her heal. Fortunately, Amina's recovery was nothing short of miraculous. The lions had not only protected her from harm but had also provided her with the emotional support that she needed during her ordeal. Amina's family noticed that she had formed a deep bond with the lions, and they welcomed the animals into their village with open arms. With the help of her family and the lions, Amina began to recover from her traumatic experience. She started sleeping better, eating well, and even playing with the other children in the village. Over time, she became a happy and well-adjusted child once again, thanks in no small part to the love and support of the lions. News of the lions' rescue of Amina spread quickly through the village, and soon everyone knew about the incredible story. People came from miles around to see the lions and to pay their respects to Amina. Many of them were deeply moved by the animals' bravery and kindness and saw it as a sign that even the wildest creatures could show compassion and love. As time passed, the lions became an integral part of the village community. They would often be seen lounging in the sun, playing with the children, or hunting for food in the nearby wilderness. The villagers even began to leave food and water out for the lions, and they were treated like honored guests wherever they went. It was an incredible transformation, one that showed just how powerful the bonds between humans and animals could be. And it was all thanks to the incredible bravery of the lions who had come to Amina's rescue. Amina's bond with the lions continued to deepen over time. She would often spend hours playing with them, cuddling up to them, and even sleeping next to them. Her family and the other villagers marveled at the connection she had formed with these wild animals, and they could see the positive impact that it was having on her life. As Amina grew older, she became more and more interested in the lions and their behavior. She began to study them, learning everything she could about their habits and their social structures. Her fascination with the animals even inspired her to pursue a career in wildlife conservation, and she eventually became a renowned biologist, dedicating her life to the study and protection of lions and other wild animals. It was a remarkable transformation, one that could never have happened without the lions' rescue of Amina. Their bravery and kindness had not only saved her life but had also given her a purpose and a passion that would shape the rest of her life. And for that, she would be forever grateful to the incredible animals who had come to her rescue. As Amina's career in wildlife conservation blossomed, she became increasingly aware of the threats facing lions in the wild. Poaching, habitat loss, and human-wildlife conflict were all taking a toll on lion populations across Africa, and Amina was determined to do something about it. She began working with local communities to raise awareness about the importance of lion conservation and to find ways to mitigate the conflicts between lions and humans. She also lobbied government officials to enact stronger laws to protect the animals and worked with other conservation organizations to promote the preservation of lion habitats. Amina's efforts paid off in many ways. She helped to establish protected areas for lions to thrive, and she worked with local communities to promote sustainable land use practices that would benefit both people and wildlife. Her work also helped to raise awareness about the importance of lion conservation on a global scale, inspiring others to get involved in the fight to protect these magnificent animals. Through it all, Amina never forgot the debt of gratitude she owed to the lions who had rescued her all those years ago. She continued to study and learn from them, drawing inspiration from their strength, courage, and kindness. And she remained committed to doing everything in her power to protect them and ensure their survival for generations to come. The story of Amina and the lions who rescued her is a remarkable tale of bravery, compassion, and resilience. It is a story that reminds us of the power of the human-animal bond and the incredible things that can happen when we open our hearts and minds to the natural world. But it is also a cautionary tale, a reminder of the many threats facing wild animals today and the urgent need to protect and preserve their habitats. As we continue to grapple with issues like climate change, deforestation, and habitat loss, it is more important than ever that we work together to ensure that animals like lions can continue to thrive in the wild. So let us take inspiration from Amina and the lions who rescued her, and let us redouble our efforts to protect and preserve the natural world for future generations. May we always remember the lessons of this remarkable story, and may we always work to ensure that wild animals can live free and thrive in the world they call home.